Do you think we made homemade Butterfinger? Let's find out. Hey y'all, it's April and thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, I am making a candy that I wanted to bring to you at Christmas time, but time flew by and so I wasn't able to get it done. And I wanted to go ahead and do it today to show you that way if you want to make them for New Year's would be fine, or New Year's Eve. But also I'm trying to use up my cornflakes. I don't want them to waste, so cornflakes is used in this recipe. So that's another reason why I decided to go ahead and do these. We are making like a mock Butterfinger. Also, I'm using my new camera that I got for Christmas. So let me know what you think about the new camera. If you like it better, the same, is it worse, what? You know, let me know what you think about the new camera. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the video and let's see how to make these homemade mock Butterfingers. So it calls for 1/3 cup of honey. There's a 1/3 cup of honey, and then it calls for 3 tablespoons. It calls for pure cane sugar, but I'm just using regular old granulated sugar. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to cook this together and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then we're just going to set our timer for 1 minute. Okay, that's good to mix together, so we're going to let that come to a boil. And then, like I said, let it boil for 1 minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my peanut butter. It calls for 1 cup of peanut butter. So that's going to be ready. We'll put that in after it boils for its minute. Then it calls for 1 1/3 cups of bran flakes, like the raisin bran. Just pick out the raisins, or there's also, I think, just plain bran flakes. I'm using corn flakes. I know it can be used, and I want to use up this box I had used earlier at Christmas time for the butterscotch cornflake candy. So I don't want to waste this, so I'm just going to go ahead and use what I've got. So I've got 1 1/3 cup. I went over just a little bit since I am using a liquid measuring cup but I didn't go over much. So now that we're at a bowl, we're going to set the timer for 1 minute. It calls for a pinch of salt. And then it said the cornflakes or the bran flakes to crush them as you're putting them in. Alright, the recipe says to then transfer, once you've got everything incorporated, transfer into a bowl. And we're going to stick this in the freezer for 10 minutes and let it kind of get cold. So it's been over 10 minutes, probably closer to 15, and I pulled it out, and it's still actually pretty hot on the bottom. I mean, I can touch it, but it's pretty hot. But it should be okay. So all you're going to do, I'll get this where you guys can see it. I'm just taking my trusty cookie scoop. Alright, this stuff you're going to have to like compact together. Okay, I'm gonna finish rolling these out and then I will be back for the next step. These little suckers were not easy at all to put together. They just want to crumble apart. And so you have to really compact them and sometimes squeeze them and hold them for a few seconds. So I'm hoping, because we're going to put these back in the freezer for about 20 minutes, I'm hoping when I bring them back out, I might can re-roll them. We'll see. I've never made these before, so this is a new experience to me. And I had all these crumbles left over that I could not get to form into a ball. So after I dip them, I'm going to just take these extra little sprinkles or whatever you want to call them and just kind of sprinkle over top. There's a part of me thinks, you know, did I do something wrong? But yet there's a part of me thinks this is probably how this just is, because the ones that I have seen of these, they all have these on top. So after they've been dipped in chocolate, they've been sprinkled with these little bits that's left over. So honestly, I think that's just kind of how that these are. They're just hard to roll, hard to hold together. Anyway, it's enough words. I'm going to put these back in the freezer for about 20 minutes and then we'll pull them out and I will melt some chocolate and we will dip them. And as far as melting the chocolate, you melt the chocolate however you want. But when I come back, I'm not going to go over chocolate. I'm just going to pull these out and we'll have my chocolate ready and we're going to dip them. But you can always go and watch my Christmas series and I'll leave the link for you because there's several candies I done on that and I showed you how to melt and dip chocolate. So, but it only made 14 and some of them are bigger than others, so. Okay, the chocolate is out of the microwave and it's good and melted. And to be honest, they've been in there a little longer than 30 minutes. There's not going to be any re-rolling them. They're a dry little candy. But they are solid now, so if you try to fool with them much, they're going to crumble back apart. So anyway, here we go dipping. You can't even see me. I'm so sorry. I thought I was in view. There, now you can see me a little bit better. Alright. Sorry, I gotta move that chocolate out of frame, but you all get the gist of this. But I'm sure you could always double, triple this recipe. Oh, I forgot something. I was gonna shoot. You have to do this while the chocolate's still a little wet. Those probably won't do unless I double dip them. But if you wanted to put some of these crumbles on top, just as soon as you lay it down, add a few of those crumbles. Well, I think I judged the chocolate pretty good, because I'm not really going to have much chocolate left over, if any. And I might have just enough to double dip some of these, or at least get the top part a little wet so I can add some of those crumbles. Okay, I think some of these are soft enough that I can pick them up, but this is not where you would want to eat them. That chocolate's still pretty soft, but it's firm enough. It's still soft, but it's firm enough to let me pick it up, if that makes any sense. All right, I think that's good enough. And look, I did pretty good. So that's the crumbles that are left, and that's the chocolates that's left. So pretty much I got it all. Okay, I'm gonna stick these back in the freezer just enough to let that chocolate harden back up. And we will give it a taste test, see if it tastes like Butterfinger. Okay, here we're back. Just pulled them out of the freezer again. So we'll see what they're like. These have surprised me. They definitely have the texture of a Butterfinger. Almost the taste isn't quite there to me, but texture's certainly there. There's something missing though in it to give it that buttery Butterfinger taste. All right, she's trying it, folks. She just don't want to be on camera.
Like a Butterfinger.
Tastes like a Butterfinger? Okay, it tastes like a Butterfinger to her. To me, it's definitely the texture. So, alright, that's the end of this video. So, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button and be a part of this crazy family. And hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm uploading new videos. And that's it. So I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.